Yeah. Peace to everybody, man. Peace to the family, man. We back, another episode. I forgot, man. Which episode is it? We started last Monday. Monday. Okay, we started last Monday. We did 4 days last week. Today is what the day is? Wednesday? The day Wednesday. Okay, yeah. So this is the seventh episode. The seventh episode. I got a number of them. The seventh episode of our Midnight Conversations. Man, salute to everyone that's here. I was thinking about my sister Arlette today, man. Really appreciate Arlette a lot. It's a lot that she knows. She's very opinionated, but she does speak from, she speaks from her personal experience. What I like about Arlette, she stands on her square, and a lot of people in the chat pretty much stand on their square, and I pretty much like that. We got to be able to, even if we don't agree with each other, we got to be able to be adults, find a middle ground somewhere. I like talking about the real life issues. Hold on, guys. Now I like talking about the real life issues. You see what I'm saying? So, just some of the things that uh, try to come with solutions to stuff. Just certain issues, problems in life. Now, this particular subject matter we're talking about tonight, man, I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, and I don't want to knock anyone that's a part of what we're going to talk about tonight. If you're a part of the conscious community, this is not a knock on anyone that's in the conscious community, but I'm going to tell you why you should stay the hell away from it. And when I say stay the hell away from the conscious community, I'm literally talking about a mindset that I'm looking at, right? I'm literally talking about a mindset. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me do this. Where is, I'm literally talking about a mindset. Hold on, guys. I want to pull something up right quick. Because I was looking at, there's something that I found that this brother was talking about, and I totally agree with a lot of what he said, right? Because when I can just tell you about my experience. When I was in the Nation of Islam, and a lot of this conscious community stuff derives from the Nation of Islam, a lot. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it, that's where it came from for the most part, as it relates to. Like back in the day when the 5%ers started, Clarence 13X, he used to be in the Nation of Islam. He left the nation, started the 5%ers. He ended up getting killed a few years later. But, the modern day conscious community, which came about in the late 90s, early 2000s, with Sanetta, our brother Sanetta TV. Shout out to Sanetta. And I think when Sanetta came together, he wanted to put together a whole bunch of different schools of thoughts, brothers from different backgrounds in the conscious community, so they can come together, dialogue, have debates, stuff like that. And back in those days, the debates was beautiful. You get to see what the Hebrew Israelites, Dr. Tisariad against Ali Muhammad, or the from the Amir squad versus Sarah Sutton Seti, and just different, Brother Polite, versus it was a couple of, quite a few of those classic debates and stuff, and they were really good. And you felt like when you walked away from it, you felt like you learned something, and you got that emotional roller coaster, and you felt good, like, yeah, you know what I mean? You felt like you learned something. You learned about the pyramids and Egypt and all that shit there, and the Medunetta and all of that stuff, right? And the sisters was wearing shea butter, and you're gonna wear your kufis, you're gonna have your little dashikis on, and all that stuff there, right? All that stuff there, right? But I say all that to say this. At the end of the day, was there any information that you learned that's going to help you get better credit, help you learn a six-figure income, help you, a six-figure skill set, things that you're going to need in order to be able to take care of your family? When I was in the nation, there was a lot of brothers I knew that was poor. They didn't have any money. And we used to be out there selling newspapers and stuff like that. I was a lieutenant. I had like 20, 25 guys up under me at a time. At my height, I had like 20, 25 guys up under me. I had to take orders from my captain. My captain took orders from my minister, which was my grandfather, and stuff like that. And then I had first officers and all that stuff around. And I remember we used to have to do security in some of the roughest neighborhoods in Tampa, in Miami, in Chicago. And whenever we went to Chicago, you know what I mean? Whether it was Savers Day or non-Savers Day, we check into the local mosque. And this is back in the 90s when we had government contracts, when the Nation of Islam had government contracts. And brothers used to get paid like minimum wage to do security, like $10 an hour or something at that time. Maybe Was it $10 an hour? I think some of the brothers probably got paid like 15 an hour, like so which was a lot at that time, something like that. You know, you putting your lives on the line. None of us have a gun and stuff like that. So I know what I saw, and the reason why, what I didn't like about it, and I studied and I've been around a lot of the brothers. Whether it was the Hebrew Israelites, didn't study under them, but my stuff was mostly Islamic. Then I studied with the Sunnis and stuff like that. Learned a lot of my prayers, just the Orthodox Muslims. You know how to say my prayers properly. Studied a lot, sayings of the Prophet, the Hadiths and stuff like that. But as it relates to what I noticed, the common denominator with a lot of the brothers I knew, they was very smart. They knew big words. They knew how to debate, yada, 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 yell and all that shit there. But then you got to go back to your war zone that you come from in your neighborhood, in your community. Nothing's changed. And there was never any accountability or responsibility for anything. It was always the white man. Always the white man. This brother left his household. He left his wife and kids at home. That's the white man fault. These kids out here getting into all kind of stuff, and they're getting killed in the streets, and the women getting killed in the streets. That's the white man fault. You broke, ain't got no money, man. You working at a minimum wage job, and you ain't got enough money to take care of your family. That's the white man fault. It just, everything was the white man's fault. And what was so crazy about it for me was, okay, I'm in the nation of Islam. I was always taught that, hey, man, I'm the owner, the maker, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. You know what I mean? If you really believe that you're the owner, the maker, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe, why are you sitting here not showing that you're a God? Why are you sitting here, complaining, saying that someone else is, you're subject to someone else? You're saying that, hey, this guy who you say is that's so inferior over you, yet and still, your reasons for why you're not successful in life is because the guy who you say that's inferior to you from a genetic standpoint is ruling over you, and he controls all of your resources from a physical standpoint. And I never got that. I'm like, damn, dog, gods don't make excuses. Gods find a way to make it happen. And I knew a lot of people who were successful that was not in the conscious community. And I'm like, I had friends who was successful that wasn't in it. They'd be like, man, you better leave that black shit alone, man. We call it the black shit. Man, that black shit gonna leave your ass broke. You see what I'm saying? And it was a whole lot of goddamn hey, it was a whole lot of broke conscious niggas I knew, bro. A whole bunch of them. My grandfather died broke. He died broke, waiting on the goddamn mothership to come, waiting on the ship to come from the sky to save him. I know a lot of those brothers who died broke, man. Minister Abdul Rahman Muhammad in the nation, he died broke. So Mother Tanetta, she died broke more than likely. That was a secret when she passed away. And what I notice is there's no accountability. And then you have a lot of women who would come in, who are conscious women. They will always make excuses for the men for situations. And they would say, oh, there you go, brother. You got to understand, we got to be there for them and do this and do that. And I'm like, sister, you are broke. You listen, you selling incense and shea butter and all of this shit there. And we don't want to support the black businesses. Our brother got a dashiki business down the street in a kufi. I don't want no goddamn dashiki. I like to wear suits. I like to wear 150% wool suits. Are you selling suits? I like my suits tailor-made. Like, I'm not going to support you get what I'm saying? I believe in supporting the black businesses and stuff like that in the name of consciousness, but I'm going to buy what I want to buy. I'm not going to buy something for the sake of just supporting you. It's called supply and demand. And there was never no accountability. And even when I was in it, I never took responsibility for any of my actions at that time. I always blamed it was the police, white police officers, the white judge, the white prosecutor, the white. Everything was other than me. Never took accountability. When I left that shit alone in 2016, I took off. I'm going to tell you guys what woke me up. I'm going to tell you guys what the nail in the coffin was for me. Shout out to F Society in the building. Salute F Society. Shout out to my sister Bless. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Sorry about this, guys. Let me do this. Shout out to my sister Bless. Because I'm sitting here tripping. So now, people in the conscious community, in my opinion, no, not in my opinion, so a lot of people in the conscious community. And when I say success, I'm talking about from a material aspect, have wealth, just riches, own property, have their own businesses, just like just stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just average, everyday societal stuff that the average, everyday person needs in order to be able to function in life. A lot of people from the conscious community are some of the most unsuccessful people that I know. Being conscious is also known as wokeism. I'm woke. Some of you guys, consciousness is wokeism. I'm woke. I understand what's going on. I can see this and see that. Okay, fine. Now, this group of people, in my opinion, and from my experiences, this group of people are some of the most divisive and miserable group of people that I've ever seen. How do I know? I used to be one of them. You know what I mean? People from the conscious community have a tendency to want to argue, debate, fuss, bitch, moan, and complain all the damn time. Every day of the week, 7 days a week, twice on Sundays. Now, they know so much, but know nothing at the same time. You know, so my mother used to always say, boy, you so smart, you stupid. You know so much that you don't know a goddamn thing. Because I was one of those young kids, I thought I knew it all. That's what my mother used to tell me, right? Now, let's break down the psychology of people who come from the conscious community. Again, no shade to them. No shade to them. I used to be me. I used to be me, but I'm talking about myself. You know what I mean? How I used to be. But let's talk about the psychology of some of those people that come from that community and why you should stay the hell away from them. Hold on. Let me get right here. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Please hit the like button. Shout out to my sister Bless. Shout out to Little Green Eyes P. Let me find where's that video I had up, man? Where was that video? There's a video I had. Oh man, 11 this morning. Oh, you know what? Wait. I'm tripping. I could just look at the history. Yeah, I could just look at, hold on. I could just look at the history. Hold on, guys, hold on. I could just look at the history. I could look at my history. That's right. So let me look at my history, guys, so I can get into what I'm talking about. Let me look at my history. Hold on. Because now I know some people are going to say, oh man, you can't be attacking people in the I'm not attacking nobody in the conscious community. This is not I don't mean any shade or anything. I'm just calling it the way I see it, you know. Where the fuck is my I can't see history? I guess I can't see the history. Wow. This is crazy. All right. I guess it won't allow me to see. It won't allow me to wait. Maybe it will. Nah, well, here it goes right here. Bear with me one moment, guys. Here we go. Here go the brother. Here go the brother right here. Now, this brother here, I don't know this brother. I literally just started following him, right? But I agree with this brother 100% on a lot of this shit. Let me drop the phone number just in case anybody want to call in, but I just want to have everything up anyways. Anybody want to say anything about this subject matter, you can. I just want to bear with the old boy for a moment. Bear with me for a minute. Let me do this. Bam. Okay, so we have that. And bear with me for a moment, guys. And just in case you want to put the number down, anybody want to call in, they can. But I want to address this. Listen to this brother right here. I totally agree with some of the talking points because it reminds me so much of myself. I was so negative. I was angry all the time. I was racist. I was bitter. And I wasn't a lazy dude. I always got money. I used to hustle, make money, stuff like that. You know, I did that. I wasn't no broke conscious nigga. I ain't gonna say a lie to you. I wasn't broke by a long shot. But you know, I did went to a point in time, a period where I did get broke. I went to a point in time where I lost everything. And it was always, yeah, man, you know, this white man's world. When I was in the Nation of Islam, especially around 95, when we had the Million Man March, we was under the impression that the end was going to come. If you was in the nation around that time, the end was, we believed that the end of the white man's world. There's a book I have over there called The Theology of Time. Elijah Muhammad wrote it's a pseudo book. It's very pseudo, and ain't none of this shit really real. But the Theology of Time talks about the end of the white man's world, talks about the mothership, you know, space shuttles, not space shuttles, but flying saucers that's in the sky that we call not space shuttles, but flying saucers, UFOs. You know, in the nation we call them, you know, we call the big UFO the mothership, and all of the baby planes, the small UFOs were what they were called the baby planes. I'm dead ass serious. When I was in that shit, we believed that Elijah Muhammad, who died in 1975 of congestive heart failure at Mercy Hospital, we were taught that, this is how dangerous this shit is. We were taught that he really didn't die. He escaped death. He faked like he was dead. You see what I'm saying? And he ended up going someplace, getting beamed up on a spaceship, and he's being taught by a white guy by the name of Farad Muhammad, who teaching him how to control the magnetic fields of the universe right here in this particular, I want to say this particular galaxy or something like that. No, there's some real shit. I'm not making this shit up. I got the theology of time right there. I'm dead ass serious. This is what I was taught from my grandfather. And my grandfather, he was born in Harlem. And whole lot of pseudo shit. So we was taught this bullshit. Now me, I always was kind of like, oh, this shit don't kind of sound right. But I was believing this shit. And I guess it's because I wanted to believe it. And yeah, man, the white man gonna fall, this and that. And there was a lot of stuff that brothers did. We committed a lot of crimes in that time. I'm not gonna confess to any, but I'm just saying that we committed a lot. We committed some shit. And I'm telling you, bro, and we did it all justifiably in the name of, hey, the white man. Hey, man, the white man, they did this, they did that, yada, 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 yada. But it's only later on when I went to studying others' doctrinations, like other schools of thought, like John Henry Clark and stuff like that. When I went to studying other people, my eyes started to open up a little more, and I started to ask a whole lot of more questions and stuff like that. And we was pseudo as hell. And the reason why you want to stay away from that shit is because, a lot of these people, they be broke as hell. And when people are broke and don't have money, they, and they don't have the drive, they don't have the skills in order to be able to compete in the market, they have a tendency to look for excuses and literally blame someone. And people like this are very conditioned to fall for the bullshit. The broke person, the person who's struggling, things ain't going good in their life. Things are not going good in society around them. What's the reason? It's the white man. So what we're going to do is, yeah, brother, it ain't never your fault. It's always the devil. You see what I'm saying? The devil, he's doing this and he's doing that. And he created these situations and circumstances for why your community is the way it is. And, there's never any solutions neither. There's never any solutions. There's always, we're going to argue, bitch, moan, debate, complain, argue, bitch, moan, debate, complain, argue, bitch, moan, debate, complain. That's what it's always going to be. It's going to be the same shit. And ain't going to be no goddamn solutions now. I ain't got no solution, no problems. But we just going to sit here and talk that shit, and we're going to make it do what it do. And you want to stay the hell away from people like this here. You know what I mean? Guess what? Guess what? It's always going to end up, yeah, brother, always support my business. I'm selling incense. I got some incense over there. We selling incense and shit. That ain't no real goddamn business. What the fuck I'm gonna do what the hell I selling some goddamn incense? I come from the street, I'm selling dope. I'm making $3,000-$4,000 a week. You know what I mean? $4,000-$5,000 a week. I'm gonna leave this shit to go sell some goddamn incense or some final call newspapers. That ain't my reality. Man, I got bills and stuff to pay. Yeah, brother, what you got to do, you got to have the faith of a mustard seed and all that crazy shit there. And, hey, listen, bro, like, it's a bunch of bullshit. You're going to be broke. You ain't going to have nothing. But I want you to hear this here from this brother. I got a lot of shit I want to talk about as it relates to this. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure I got this on. And you'll be surprised. There's a lot of sisters. I knew sisters a lot of those brothers, they have a high divorce rate. A lot of sisters hung in there with brothers. And what you say, F Society? Hold on. A lot of sisters hung in there with brothers too, man, who was on there. A lot of the women hung in there. And, F Society, what you say? You say the Hebrew Israelites do it all day. Yeah, you're going to sit back and argue and debate all goddamn day. That's all. Little green eyes feet, what you say? He said, I bought all of them from Ali, from mosque number 2, from the mosque, 2 minutes from mine. Okay, the mosque is 2 minutes from you? Shout out to Jason, man. F Society say, sounds like Mormons, John Smith. Yeah, bro, listen, bro. Like the responsibilities that we had, like, if you were FOI, you had to make sure that, you got to pay the building fund, and we in the mosque, and of course the Nation of Islam is not in there's nothing Islamic about the Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? Nation of Islam is a black nationalistic organization. It's not Islam. You know what I mean? When I was in the Nation of Islam, I didn't know that. But when I started learning and studying different schools of thought, that's when I learned that, hey, man, this ain't really Islam. This is shirk. And Islam is really, Orthodox Islam. When you study the Sunni, the study, when you practice the 5 principles and stuff like that, yada yada yada, blah, this quasi. But then in the conscious community with the Sinetta TV, and again, shout out to Sinetta, shout out to the brother side. You got a lot of different schools of thought. You see what I'm saying? And what I learned from just even watching that, because I used to follow that real heavy online, and we talking about like in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, when young Pharaoh came out of prison. I used to swallow that shit hard and just listening to those debates. And that's all it was, just debates. We ain't accomplishing nothing. Brother, like, a couple of those brothers just left that. Like Polite, he left. You know what I mean? He left, did his doing his own thing. He got a case right now for some very, very serious charges. I hope it ain't true. I hope it ain't true for the dude. But if it is, so goddamn big, he got to get whatever he deserves. But a lot of those dudes, man, was this con artists. They preyed on a lot of people who had a victimhood mentality. A victim of someone who, when I was in the nation, I can only speak from my experience and the people who was around me. Like Mr. Farrakhan used to always, it's never your fault. It's never your fault. You know what I mean? The white man created circumstances and he created the conditions for you to fail in your community. Yeah, but I'm a God, right? Yes, you're a God. So a God, is a creator. He makes. A God is someone who, I know how to create my own reality. I can build my own business. I can provide for my family. One breath, you're a God, you're a goddess and all that stuff there. The next breath, yeah, man, the white man ain't allowing y'all to do this and do that. And we need to pool our resources together. Send it to me, send me the money, and I'm going to show you guys what to do with it. And a lot of people, they don't have the courage to step out there and just learn the skills that they need in order to be able to compete in the market so that you can provide for your wife, provide for your kids, provide for your families, provide for your woman, provide for your family and stuff like that. It's always blame, bitch, moan, complain, hatred, blame, bitch, moan, complain, hatred. And if anybody says, hey, we got to be accountable for our own actions, you're using white supremacist talking points. You a coon, you're a Thomasina, there you go. What you mean I got to be responsible for my own actions? And it ain't no sense. I would try to be responsible for my own actions, but the white man keeping his foot on my neck. That's why I can't come up. And it's bro, like year after year, month after month, week after week, day after day, it's the same stuff. You can't come up because the white man. I can't come up because of this and that. And it's like, dude, okay, your family growing up broken, poor. This dude here, king, he going over here doing A, B, C, and D. I'm hearing all this king shit. You telling me about the pyramids? Yeah, we built the pyramids in Egypt and all that stuff there. I'm like, bro, how are you telling me we built the pyramids? How was that going to help me build my business? How was that going to help me build my credit? How was that going to help me be successful in today's time? You talking about pyramids, the moon, the stars, the measurements of the earth. This is useless information. Useless information. I can't use this stuff to what I'm doing right now in order to help me grow. You get what I'm saying? So listen, some of these people are some of the most miserable people you ever want to see. Shout out to Mark Nash. He said, salute to everybody. I'm driving, so I can't type. Yeah, Mark Nash, I appreciate you stopping by, my brother. I thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for supporting me, brother. I really appreciate that. Mark Nash got a show coming on tonight, too. I will be over there tonight. I listen to his show every night when he come on. To be honest with you, I do. All that would say Thomasina. Yeah, Thomasina is a female Uncle Tom. You already know that. You get what I'm saying? Hey, so F Society he said, you got a white dog just for... Hey, I got a white dog. Shout out to Nancy Santiago in the building. Shout out to my brother Thomas Jones. So let's listen to this brother right here, man. You want to stay the hell away from these type of people because you're going to be bitter, broke, and disgusted. I'm dead serious. Listen, again, I don't mean to throw no shade on none of my brothers and sisters that's in the conscious community. I used to be there. I was there. I was one of those ignorant fools following that foolishness. Bro, let me tell y'all something. This is a true story. Let me show you how much of a fool I was. 1994. 1990, was it 1994? 1994. Brother Minister Jabril Muhammad. Jabril Muhammad, he stayed with Elijah Muhammad in the 60s, I think, early 70s, somewhere up in there. He ended up getting kicked out of the Nation of Islam for a little something, but he came back, whatever. Brother Jabril Muhammad was one of the people who wrote some literature, wrote some words down on a piece of paper. He showed Minister Farrakhan that he should rebuild the teachings of the Nation of Islam. That's the story, right? This was in the 70s. And then Farrakhan stood up and tried to rebuild the teachings of the nation. And he did a really good job at it at the time. In the nation in its heyday, late 70s, all throughout the 80s, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, his real name is Harold. He was around in the late 70s, all throughout the 80s, stuff like that. Let me show you how much of a fool I was. I had $6,000. No, I had 10 grand. Yeah, I had 10 grand. I had $6,000. I'm so embarrassed to tell this story. I'm so embarrassed to tell this story. But I gotta tell it. Because it's my truth. My captain, by the name of Captain Keith Muhammad, he said, brother Jabril, and Jabril means angel, in Arabic, right? Brother Jabril is trying to raise money to make. He was trying to write a book. He was trying to do like not a book, but he was trying to put together a picture book, a book of a whole bunch of photos of Minister Farrakhan with him doing speeches, and because he was a really good photographer and he used to take pictures of Minister Farrakhan. So he wanted to put together like a picture book or something where you show different highlights of Minister Farrakhan's career. And Jabril, I got some of his books over here. He's a pseudo. He's very pseudo as hell. A lot of pseudo shit. Shit ain't, a lot of that bullshit. It's just bullshit. But he needed some money. He needed like 30 grand or something like that. I was one of the fools that gave him 10 grand. I gave him $6,000. And my mother told me, my mother Betty Jean, God bless her soul. She say, son, don't send that man that money. She said, I'm your mother. You ain't never gave me $6,000. I gave my mother like 2-3 grand here and there and stuff like that. Help pay her rent from time to time. She had a husband, but I never gave my mother $6,000 at one time. I mean, that just give it to her. You know what I mean? I think the most money I ever gave my mother was like $4,000. Now she got more money than that from me, from time to time. But I'm talking about just at one time, the most I've ever given her. She said, "You ain't never gave me no $6,000. You don't even know this man. How you gonna send a man money who you never seen before? You never met him." And I didn't know nothing about business. You get what I'm saying? I sent this dude $6,000. I wired it to him, Western Union. All because my captain convinced me. He made an emotional appeal to me to send this man some money. Sent him $6,000. I'm dead ass serious. And then not only that, ended up sending him $4,000 a couple of weeks later. Crazy part about it is, I robbed the dope boy, right? I robbed the dope boy. This is a true story. First time me ever telling this story. Robbed the dope boy, not with no gun, but what I did was I finessed him. So what I did was I bought some stuff from him, and the stuff I bought from, I think I bought like a half a brick or something I thought like a half a brick, something like that. And I think I bought it for like about 10 grand, something like that. What I did was I didn't give him 10 grand. I gave him like I think I gave him like $4,000. And what happened, I gained this trust over a period of time. I gave him like $4,000, right? The half a brick cost 10. I gave him $4,000. And it was like I had like 500 ones. So I made it really look like it was a lot of, like it was that. And he didn't want to count it. Yeah, he just trusted me. I counted some of it out. Yeah, they go all of, yeah, I trust you, man. I trust you. So he gave me the stuff. I took off. He gave me something, I took off. I sold and made the money. That money that I used, that I made off of that, I sent it to the brother. Didn't even get nothing to my mother at the time. I sent it to that brother like a damn fool. I almost got killed. The guy saw me 2 weeks later, pulled a gun out on me. And I was like, he caught me slipping. At that time, I used to keep a gun on me all in the malls. I used to keep a gun on me all the times. I was coming out of, I was in Tampa on the street called 40th Street. And there was a seafood restaurant right there on 40th Street, between Hillsborough and Martin Luther King and Columbus, something like that. Anyways, make a long story short, I come out of the store. the restaurant, me and my homeboy, and you know, he said, "Yo, man, what's up?" I look over there to him. He got a gun pointed at me like this. He said, "Where my money at?" And I have a pistol on me on my waist. This is a true story. I got a pistol on me on my waist, but he got the ups on me. There's nothing I can do. So he's walking towards me. I got a friend with me, a little young kid. He about 18, 19 years old. He was younger than me. He was shaking like a leaf in the middle of a hurricane. So the dude who had the gun, his name was Lynn. He threw my homeboy down. My homeboy went to whimpering, when he hit the ground, right? Little young kid. He looked up to me. He was like 5 years younger than me. And we was like, I want to say like 7 feet away from each other at that time. And my homeboy was a little bit more closer, so he puts him down. He said, "Where my money at?" And at that time, I thought I was going to die. I said, "Yeah, man, I guess it's over." I said, "Yeah, I had done accepted my fate." I didn't say a word. And he shot. He shot. Well, as you can see, I'm still here. He missed. So when he shot, I hit the ground. And I just laid there. And I hope like hell this dude don't walk over me to check to see if I'm alive or not, because he gonna finish me. And so when I'm laying down, I'm laying on my stomach, but I got my hand on my gun. But I thought I was shot. So when I'm laying there, I'm like, damn, I don't feel, and I don't been shot before. When I was 16, I got shot in the neck and in the back. So I said, I don't feel nothing. I don't feel no heat or anything. Oh shit, the nigga missed. I said, damn, the nigga missed. So I'm trying to inch and pull my gun out. There's a girl who went to school with me named Felicia. Felicia was with some dudes that was up there as well. When I forgot to tell you, when the dude said, "Hey man, what's up? What my money at?" There were some guys that were behind me. My captain was one of the guys that were behind me. My captain, the same dude who talked me into sending this guy who I never met before my money. Sent this guy who I never met before my money, right? So my captain was behind me, maybe 7, 8 feet behind me, and it was some more of the brothers in the nation behind me, right? All us are street dudes, and all us is committing crimes and we was in the nation. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say nobody's name, nothing like that, but we were. I'm just being honest with you. The girl named Felicia, she was so gangster. She was with them though. She was sitting in the car, and where I almost got shot at was right in front of her. She was sitting in the car. They had guns in the car. So she took the guns out. When the dude shot, he thought I was dead. He turned around and walked off. When he turned around and walked off, everybody behind me had them ducked down before, because he said, "I want everybody to get out of the way. I want him." He wanted me specifically. My captain talked me into sending somebody some money, and I just thought, let me go ahead and beat this dude out of his money. The dude I beat out of his shit, I gave him like $4 grand for like a half a brick. He wasn't nobody to be messed up with. I wasn't nobody to be messed up with myself, but he had the ups on me. You see what I'm saying? I used to do a lot of stupid shit growing up. So anyway, make a long story short, I was like 20 years old. The girl threw all the guns. So once the dude Lynn turned around, he turned around walking to his car. All I heard was boom, 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 pop, 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 like just guns busting. The girl Felicia took all of the guns out of the car that I had almost got shot in front of and threw them out of the window so the dudes who were behind me can get the guns. My captain, my first officer, it was like 5 or 6 dudes from the nation, all us in the mosque together. They pulled up. When they came up and saw that he was leaving in the car, they came up busting. You know what I mean? I didn't want to jump up myself while hearing the gunfire because I thought maybe I would have got shot in the crossfire. So I just still laid there. Everybody thought I was dead. Next thing I know, guess what? This was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, broad daylight. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, police down the street. Come to find out, when we was driving, we saw the police was down the street. Tampa Police Department, TPD, right? Right down the street. They didn't even come. I'm like, how the hell they didn't hear that? Everybody in the restaurant ducking, laying down. Because remember, I told you I walked out of the restaurant. Everybody in the restaurant laying down. I'm hearing gunshots. When I stood up, I pull out my fire. We call guns down here fire. When I stood up, I pull out my fire. Everybody looking at me. They like, man, you all right? Man, you all right, Malachi? You all right? Damn, you ain't dead. They thought I was dead. They were just going to leave me there. My homeboy Willie was the little kid that was like 5 years younger than me. He the only one that was still there. He was crying because he thought I was dead. He was crying. So they was leaving finna get in the car. When they jumped up and saw me, I said, man, where the nigga at? So I jumped in the car with him. I jumped in my car. We went to Roland and looking for him. We couldn't find him. My homeboy ended up catching him later on down the line. But I almost lost my life. You know, this is how much I believed in this shit. I was 20 years old. Fool. And this stuff had a grip of my mind for 25 years. Right? I got brothers right now doing time in the feds. I got one that just got out. One that just got out like 2 weeks ago. Literally. The things that we used to do in order to send money, we called it the number 2 port to Minister Farrakhan, was crazy. A lot of stuff I'll get into these stories more alone. I'm just telling you about me, what happened with me. That's just one story. These guys from the conscious community, forget the Nation of Islam at the moment, but these guys from the conscious community, a lot of these guys are broke. A lot of these guys, they prey off people who have victimhood mentalities. A lot of these guys, whether there's men or women, they prey off the people who have victimhood mentalities. If you listen to these people, you know, you don't learn things that you need to learn in life in order to be successful. It's always you're a victim. It's the white man. It's never any accountability, never self-responsibility. Dude, okay, you left your woman at home, or your woman left you. Your woman left you. What does that have to do with the white man? You made a decision not to be there with your children. Whether it's a male or female, you know, you made a decision to run off with this guy, or you made a decision to mess your credit up, or you made a decision not to learn the things that you're going to need in life in order to be secure financially. It's always we arguing, bitching, moaning, complaining, debating, and that doesn't lead to anything. So I want to share this with you. Martin asked, what you say? He said, yo, this story is crazy. No, for real though. Listen, I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead ass serious. I'm not making this up. I'm not lying, any of that. I'm dead serious. Bro, I sent a man I never saw before in my life $6,000, wired it to him. Western Union the first time, and the other $4,000 I sent to him MoneyGram. I'm dead ass serious. And my mother told me, you ain't never gave me no $6,000. I was like, no, mama, you don't understand, mama. See, this man right here, he is the one he's the one who opened Minister Farrakhan's eyes. He woke Minister Farrakhan up. And when Minister Farrakhan woke up, that's when he realized that his mission was to resurrect the black man and woman in America, in the hills of Northside, and the hills and mountains of North America, and resurrect us and save us. You know what I mean? Because Allah is going to come back. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is alive on the mothership, on the spaceship in space. Hold on a minute. I don't want y'all thinking I'm lying. Hold on, let me show you this. This book right here. Let me show you this book right here. This book right here is called The Theology of Time. I had this book for years. This book right here is called The Theology of Time. Picture of our most honorable Elijah Muhammad back here. This book is called The Theology of Time, as you guys can see. This is probably one of the most pseudo books I ever read in my life. Up to this day, I got a picture. To this day, I got a picture of Minister Farrakhan back in the day at that time with his son Mustafa. This, I use this as my bookmark. You know what I mean? And this book here talks a whole lot of crazy stuff. It talks about how America was going to be destroyed, how the mother will was going to come and destroy. It talks about the judgment. Bro, like, this book had me so spooked out. And of course, everybody in the nation have message to the black man. All these books are old. You gotta have this. I mean, so I'm telling you, bro, like, I'm not making this stuff up. Like, this is some of the stuff I really believe this foolishness. What did he say? He said the irony of making a deadly drug deal to help someone of your religion. Did you see the hypocrisy in that, man? Bro, selling poison to my people. And what we was always taught was this, Mark. Brother, Allah knows your intentions, brother. It's okay to do wrong in order to do good. This is the word salad they used to play when I was in the nation. This is what my grandfather used to tell me. It's okay, brother, to do wrong in order to do good. Allah knows your intentions. As long as your intentions were pure, brother, that's all that matters. You see what I'm saying? So you can rob somebody, You can do whatever, brother. But as long as your intentions is good, meaning as long as you sending the money to Farrakhan, you're going to be okay, brother. Because Minister Farrakhan, he's Allah's man on the scene today. He is the one that was chosen by Almighty God, Allah, to resurrect the black man and woman here in America, brother. I'm dead ass saying I used to believe that shit. That shit had my mind for 25 years. But let me let you guys hear this here. I'm dead serious. Listen, I wasn't a fool. I was a goddamn fool. And I was very militant. Bruh, hold on. I don't want to go all over the place, but before this show's over with, I got to wrap some of these stories up, and I'm going to wrap it to you in a nice little bow for you. I want you to understand the psychology of people who were like me and why you want to stay the hell away from that. Stay away from that conscious community bullshit. I'm telling you, your ass going to stay, you're going to be broke. If you want to be broke, get involved in that. You want to stay broke and make a whole bunch of excuses and blame everybody and attack everybody who look like you, who don't think the way you do, and call them coon, Uncle Tom, sell out, and you all these different racial names, because they look like you and they not going along with the narrative. Because you know what I mean. If just stay away from those type of people. But I want you to hear this brother right here because I like the way he articulated this message.
How we have a rise in what's called consciousness. So you may see a lot of people refer to themselves as conscious. You may hear about this thing called the conscious community. But what you're going to find in many individuals that say that they're conscious is you may find them arguing, you may find them fighting, you may find them in financial difficulties because the conscious mind does not solve problems. It's analytical, it's justifying, it's a thinking, it tries to think, but it doesn't solve the problem. So being conscious, you're going to be confused. Being conscious is not problem solving. The subconscious mind is the problem solver. So you're going to be confused saying that they're conscious. Why are they doing all this? Why can't they generate income for themselves? Why are they not taking a high road on conversations? Some of the most fights you're going to see or arguments are going to be with quote unquote conscious people. Yep. And it's simply because they're dealing with the analytical mind.
Helen Hadsell was able to win any competition.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
She was known as the contest queen because she had won.
They're analytical. So they're approaching things differently. They're not problem solving. That's the difference. When you deal on subconscious mind, you deal with problem solving. Yeah. That's why a guy put up the Popeye's chicken video and I made some commentary about people crashing.
So remember, I tell you guys, listen, man, you got to know how to solve problems. Right now, when you want to make money and be able to survive in society and you want to live a certain lifestyle, there's certain skill sets that you're going to have to learn. And I told you guys, I said, listen, you got to learn a high income skill set. What is a high income skill set? A high income skill set is something, anything that you can do that the average person can't do that's going to pay you 6 figures or more a year, right? That's a high income skill set. So in society, in order to be able to make it, and to live the kind of lifestyle that you want, skills pay the bills. You hear that all the time. And you don't learn problem solving. You just learn, just arguments, debates. If you so conscious, you so smart and educated, how come you can't mathematically figure out a way to change your problems? How come you can't mathematically figure out a way to get out of the situation that you're in? Since you are so smart, you are so intelligent, and you are so conscious, why are you so goddamn smart, but you broke as a joke? That doesn't make sense to me. How are you going to tell me you built the pyramids and you got knowledge of self and you got all this stuff and the white man got a 6-ounce brain and he ain't did this and he ain't did that and the black man is greater and all that stuff there, but yeah, you broke living in the projects. You got a 300 credit score. You got a net worth of 2 figures. And when I ask you these things, you find, the victimhood mentality comes out and you start rationalizing and justifying why you are in the condition that you're in. But I thought you was a king, a god. What happened? Let's continue.
And all that. Some guy got upset and he said, well, you acting conscious. What I wanted to reply to him was, no, I'm not acting conscious at all. I can't claim to be conscious. I'm focused on being subconscious. I'd much rather be subconscious because that's the habit mind. That's the problem-solving mind. The subconscious mind is connected to the emotions. Every problem that you have is connected to emotions. It's an emotional one.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know? When your boss says, hey, let me speak to you in the office, and you know that that company is budget cutting, you're going to be afraid. You're going to be nervous. That's an emotion. That's an emotion. If you know that you haven't paid your car note in 3 months and the repo person is after you, you're going to be nervous. That's an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And emotional things can't be solved with analytical aspects, with the conscious mind.
Right.
It has to be solved with the subconscious mind.
So he's talking about problem solving. And the thing is, what you're not going to learn is...
You're going to be fearful.
Hold on.
You don't want to get put out. So you're
not going to learn problem solving. You know, I got better things to do with my life than to sit back, complain, bitch, moan, and talk about stuff that I can't change. That's outside of the sphere of my well-being, right? Let me tell you, we're going to finish listening to this brother, but he's breaking down the psychology of a lot of these people. And the reason why I identify with him so well, because that was me. That was me. I was one of the biggest fools. Oh my God, bro, you guys have no idea. You guys like me now. Some of you guys may like me now, but I'm telling you something, bro, I was a fool's fool. I was one of the biggest dummies on the planet. One of the biggest dummies on the planet, bro. Like, I got it the hard way, but I'm gonna tell you what woke me up. I'm gonna tell you what woke me up. Here we go.
In conscious mind, you're thinking, if I don't pay my rent, I'm going to get put out. That's analytical. Mm-hmm. That's not subconscious thinking. That's conscious thinking. So when you see people that are conscious and you see them, they probably are having difficulties financially. Some of the most arguments that I've seen have been people that say that they're conscious.
Right.
And then you see people that's every day, they don't even know anything about, they're not into the conscious community stuff. They're not into none of that. And they're just living their life. And those people don't even have the issues. They don't have the same issues. So you would think that somebody that's conscious supposed to have more and supposed to be able to do more and be more. But it's not that way. It's that they read some things, they're knowledgeable about some things, but they're still justifying and analytical. Mm. They're not problem solving.
Right.
So this is why you're going to see a lot of flare-ups, a lot of fights and all that, because that's going to be highly emotional, and that means that it hasn't been solved in the subconscious mind.
So you see what I'm saying? He's talking about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Remember, on the boxing channel, I always tell you guys, I understand the psychology of these dudes. I always talk about, I understand the psychology of these dudes, because that was me. They so analytical. Like, yes, brother. See, what you don't understand, brother. See, brother. The earth is from the top of the earth to the core of the earth is 7,296 miles in diameter, my brother. And the sun is 93 million miles away from the planet Earth. I can feel the heat from the sun that's 93 million miles away. But if you're telling me that hell is beneath my feet, how come I cannot feel the hell that's beneath my feet? That's 7,296 miles in diameter. I can't feel that hell, but I can feel the hell. I can't feel the heat from there, but I can feel the heat that's 93 million miles away from the sun. Break that down for me, my brother. And we'll sit back and have all of these arguments. Now, a low IQ person will sit around and be like, yeah, man, that brother sharp, because he read a couple of books. He memorized some things. He can argue, articulate certain points, and you walk away with nothing. So I used to listen to Sarah Sukusetti a lot. Yeah, he talked about banging on the beast. We gonna bang on the beast, and this what we gonna do to the beast. I even been to a couple of, like Sarah Sukusetti came to Miami one time, and he spoke at a small, they always speak at small venues too, like little black bookstores and stuff like that. All these niggas really broke, you know what I mean? What you say, knock down 305? He says useless information. Exactly. Useless information. That's all it is. True. I'm learning about, bro, listen, bro, if you want to get spooked out, read this book right here, The Theology of Time. As a matter of fact, stay the hell away from this book. You ain't gonna learn how to get no money in this book. You ain't gonna learn how to take care of your family in this book. You ain't gonna learn high income skills that you need in order to be able to live the kind of lifestyle that you want. Stay away from stuff like this here, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I read it all. Nigga, I got John Henry Clark over there. I got Dr. Ben. I got who else I got? Professor Griff, Zaza Ali. Who else I got? I got Neely Fuller. I got Booker T. Washington. Who else I have, man? I got a lot of people shit. Minister Farrakhan. I have Dr. Baba. I have bro, I got so many, bro. I got Malachi York, the new Yahweh Ben. Bro, I got all that shit. I got all that stuff. I got all of it, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Guess what? Ain't nothing in it about getting money. Nothing. There's nothing in anything I read that's dealing with the conscious community and dealing with this foolishness is about getting money. Nothing that's going to tell me what I need to do in order to, better my credit score, help me buy this beautiful house that I'm living in, help me get the nice vehicles that I drive. None of that stuff. That's going to help put my kids through college. That's going to help me put together a savings fund for my kids. That's going to help me put money aside for when I die. My kids ain't got to worry about spending money to bury me. I got my own life insurance. None of this stuff is going to help you with this. None of it. You see what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the white man. So Sarah Super said it. We banging on the beast. Bro, you on YouTube. Yeah, the white man, the Peckerwood, and this and that, and he ain't gonna do this, he ain't gonna do that. Bro, you are so much of a non-threat. YouTube is a white man's platform. Don't you know that they allow Negroes like you to come on these platforms and talk all that white man stuff? You are so much of a non-threat. They don't mind you coming on YouTube or Twitter talking about this stuff. You ain't got no power, you ain't got no money, and guess what? You're using their platform and they sending you direct deposits on the 21st of every month. That's how much of a non-threat you are. And the people who follow you be like, yeah, he a real one. That's right, Seti. That's right, Tariq. That's right, Dr. Umar. He one of us. He a real one. I like the way he talked that talk. Yes, he just talking that talk. That's all he doing. Hit the Cash App, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the PayPal. It's always going to end with send me the money. It's always going to end with send me the money. You get what I'm saying? It's always going to end with that. Come on, man. Let's go.
To be conscious just means to be woke, where everybody's waking up, where everybody wakes up out of their resting state each and every day. But just because I wake up does not mean that I can solve my problems. Mm-hmm. You understand that? That's a difference. It just means that I'm woke. I'm aware. Well, I can be aware. What does it matter for me? I'm just, okay, I'm aware. But if I'm not stopping that, if I can't stop anything, it's not really much. It's cool, but you may as well not be woke. So the point of this video is to understand that it's about the subconscious mind. I'm not beating my chest saying I'm conscious. A lot of people, we're all conscious of different things, but you may as well not even say that you're conscious if you're not representing positive aspects of what consciousness can do.
What you're going to learn about a lot of these guys, men and women, doesn't matter, was it male or female, it doesn't matter. These are some of the most negative individuals you ever want to see in your life. When I say negative, I mean, it's always, for me, it's like dark energy. Yeah, you learn, I guess you're intellectual. You learning how to put words together and, subject verb agreements when you're writing and stuff like that. You learn stuff like that. But, bro, like, I know a lot of dudes who were broke. I know a lot of dudes who, instead of us going to college to learn what we needed to learn or to learn certain skills where we can go back and help the community, you got the white man's education. Like this what they used to tell us growing up and coming to the nation. Oh, you got the white man's education. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got a BS degree. You got a BS degree. That's what you got. You don't have knowledge of self. You got to have knowledge of self. That's the supreme knowledge, having knowledge of self. You know what I mean? Well, all these knowledge of self niggas broke. They ain't got no money. This dude over here selling incense. We got to have knowledge of self, my brother. You see what I'm saying? You got to be aware, understand who the devil is. You see what I'm saying? Arm, leg, arm, head, my brother. You see what I'm saying? You are Allah. Allah is a man. You see what I'm saying? Arm, leg, arm, head, Allah. Allah is a man, brother. So you got to tap into that God with you. You see what I'm saying? Okay, how you going to tell me that in one breath, but then in the next breath, we blaming everything on the white man? Like, make it make sense. And people who have victimhood mentalities, they are always susceptible to the savior complex. What I mean by that is they're always looking for a leader. What you're going to notice with people who have victimhood mentalities that come from that conscious community, they are always looking for a leader. And there's always one that's going to be amongst them that can articulate and speak very well. What I notice about those people, shout out to my brother Blood, man. Blood in the building, man. What's happening, man? God damn, it's good to see my brother. Y'all know this my brother right here, man. Y'all know I rocks with Blood, bro. I rocks with Blood heavy. This my nigga right here. I fucks with Blood. Anyways, what you gonna notice about those people, man? What you gonna know? Damn, I forgot what I was saying. I seen Blood and got excited. Shout out to Karma Serene. Anyways, damn, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but I think I want to say, what you gonna learn about a lot of those people, man? Just very negative. Like, bro, like, it's always blaming somebody else. You don't, bro. In order to survive and make it in society, you're gonna have to learn certain skills, certain skill sets. It's what you know. It's what you know up here. If you got a brain, if you got a mind full of useless information, you know what I mean? That's not going to help you. And then when things don't work out because you made bad choices, you want to blame the white man. And I get it. It's everything the white man fault. Okay, let's blame the white man. Okay, brother, while we blaming the white man, is there anything that you can do to show me how I can get some more money? Is there anything that I can do to help me get better health? Is there anything that I can do to show me how to invest in certain stocks? Show me how to show me how to invest in certain things so that when I pass on my children's college fund, or I can leave them some type of money or whatever the case may be. I gotta always. Oh, that's what I was talking about. People with the low IQs, the people that's in the conscious community, they always looking for a leader. And what you're gonna notice is the guys who are leaders. Listen to them. They are very articulate. They can speak very well, very eloquently. You see what I'm saying? When they speak, they use their hands a lot. They know how to connect with their audience. You get what I'm saying? They know how to speak to that person's pain, whatever they may be going through. Instead of challenging them, saying, listen, man, these are the certain skills that you're going to need in order to survive in today's economy. Look, the white man ain't going to do this for us, and the white man doing this to us, and the white man and white man has they putting their foot down on us, and yada, 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 yada. We got a call calling in. Hold on. And there's never, and send me the money. Make sure you send me the money when the speech over with. Because we got to collect money at the end of the day. Because in order to build Wakanda, we need money. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach Willis. It's Giovanni Butler from Jersey calling. How you feeling, baby?
Man, Giovanni, what's up, baby? Talk to me, fam. Talk to me.
I just, first and foremost, I just want to tell you that I'm enjoying your new show, Midnight Conversations. I really like it. It's a new take. It's fresh.
Yes, sir.
I respect the fact that you've opened up and you talked a lot about certain shortcomings that you've had, because like all of us, we've all had shortcomings. But I'm really glad that you pointed out the obvious.
Yeah.
And these are a lot of things that I try to tell people amongst my community as well, is that there's people out there that they use race baiting and socioeconomic issues just to exploit you. They take advantage of the poor and the uneducated.
Yep.
And that's the only reason why they're interested in you. Bro, this is like gang shit, bro.
Yep.
Motherfucker in the gang ain't trying to help you. They're trying to stunt you and get as much out of you as they can. That's what the conscious community does. That's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad done. Fucking Louis Farrakhan, the 5%ers, all these motherfuckers. They give a message to make you feel good.
Yep.
Or you's a broke motherfucker.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you some shit to make you feel good. And then you feel good about yourself. And then they want you to send them money.
Yep, send the money.
That's it.
Send
it's
the money.
all about the payola.
Yep.
That's it. Send the money. And it's like you said, because I'm not going to take nothing off of you. Hit the cash app.
Yeah, hit
That's
the cash
what it all
app.
comes down to.
Hit the cash app.
Hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. That's what they all want. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
And at the end of the day, all this divisiveness, all this racist shit, there's always going to be a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Always. This isn't a perfect country.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. Bro, it's always going to be something like that.
Yeah.
But at
always.
the end of the day, they always want you to blame someone else. They always want you to not take accountability. of what you are and where you're going. Because all this fucking religious shit, all this race baiting, all this shit, how is that going to improve your situation as a man,
It's
as
not.
a husband,
It's
as
not.
a father? It's not. It's not. And if you notice, because we're around the same age, the way the media works is they all do that shit.
Yep.
They all have certain narratives. They all trying to fucking raise bait. All these motherfuckers are full of shit. That's why I'm not religious anymore either.
Yeah.
Because that's all they want is money. At the end of the day, that's all you are. That's all they care about. They don't care about you or your family. None of these motherfuckers do. They just want to get out as much as they can get out of you. And when you get woke, because to me, that's me getting woke. You realize what's in my pocket.
Yeah.
That's me being woke.
Yeah.
The money in my pocket. That's my woke. Not you telling me some shit that happened in Wisconsin. Or some shit that happened in Baltimore. Or some shit. That shit don't relate. Or what happened in Ukraine. Motherfucker, that ain't gonna pay for my kid's fucking hospital bill. That's not gonna pay for nothing. So why I need to know about all that bullshit? Why?
It's useless information. Coach? Yeah, useless information. Bro, let me tell you something. When I was in the Nation of Islam, bro, I'm not making this up. The theology of time. I got this book. I read this book like 3 times, bro. I was so spaced out, bro. When I got through reading this book, man, this is a true story. I was on the phone. I was living in Miami. I was on the phone with a friend of mine that was living in Tampa, where I'm at now. My best friend, right?
All right.
It was like evening time. I was looking in the sky, and in the Nation back that time, we used to always look in the sky because we was taught that the mothership was like a real big star, like the North Star that's in the sky, and the mothership just sitting out there. It looks like a star, but it's the mothership, and it's sitting there hovering, looking down.
Really?
I feel so embarrassed. Bro, I feel like a fool.
That's a big shit.
Hey, listen, hold on. I feel like a fool, dog. I'm dead serious, dog. Hey, listen. So, yeah, man, that's Elijah Muhammad up there, boy. That's the mothership, boy. Boy, Allah gonna come down. You know, Elijah Muhammad. Now, Elijah Muhammad died in 1975 in the white man's hospital in Chicago called Mercy Hospital, right? He died. I think they still got Mercy Hospital there.
Right.
But anyway, he gonna come down and he gonna destroy America. And I'm like, okay, if he destroy America, what about all the people who are Muslims in the Nation of Islam? You know, we thought we was Muslim, but who are Muslims in the Nation of Islam? What's gonna happen to us? Yeah. Well, see, what's gonna happen, brother? See, an angel is gonna come down. He's gonna look like a man, and he's gonna be standing on the corner of every neighborhood, pointing in a certain direction for all of those who are believers. If you're a believer, you got to go this way, and all the non-believers, if they don't follow, then what's gonna happen is when the ship start dropping those bombs, and when the mothership, when those baby planes, they drop a bomb and it goes 1 mile deep, and when it blows up, it blows a mountain up in the air that's 1 mile high. You see what I'm saying? This is shit. Like this book right here, Theology of Time. I'm not making this up. If you ever read this book, you're gonna be spooked out. This book talks about this.
I'm not gonna read that.
Yeah.
I'm not reading that bullshit.
Hey, bro. So we were looking right, and so I thought I saw a light, like moving, like kind of like real fast at a fast pace. And I'm talking to my homeboy. I said, man, you see that? I said, what? I said, dog, I'm looking in the sky right now, dog. It was like 8 o'clock at night. I said, dog, I think I see one of the baby planes. I think I see one of the baby planes is the smaller UFOs that come from the big UFO. I said, dog, I think I see one of those baby planes, man. He said, yeah, I see it too. It's like a moving star. I said, yeah. I said, well, like, boy, I'm telling you, boy, god damn, boy, shit, boy, the baby planes here, boy, they scouring America, and they looking at all of the military bases that America has, because we was always taught that when the baby planes come to attack America, it's going to destroy America's military first. So it's going to hit all of their nuclear power plants, all of the, take out the Navy, the Air Force, all of that stuff, right? And I never thought that, damn, okay, if it destroys all of this, how am I going to get food and eat from the store? I don't own no farmland. How am I going to feed my family? None of that came to mind. I was like, yeah, we rooting for the destruction of America. I wanted to see the white man fall, knowing that, wait a minute, man. Damn, if they get destroyed, shit, I don't own no power plants. I don't own no food processing plants, how am I gonna eat? Think about that shit, man.
That's when you're gonna go join the Back to Africa movement and go back to Africa with the rest of the Garveyites. That's what you're gonna do. That's what Umar Johnson is saying. No, we're gonna do the Back to Africa movement. I don't know nobody in Africa. I don't know nobody in Africa. What the fuck you talking about? Go back to Africa. Who the fuck's going back to Africa?
Bro, Africa
Who the
is
fuck's going back to Africa?
Africa is a continent.
It's fucked up in Africa, man.
It's a continent.
It's a continent, man.
With 54
man,
countries.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Which part of Africa?
54 countries. Bigger country. What part of Africa we talk about? God damn, Africa, man. What you talking about? Go back to Africa.
Oh my God.
What the fuck, man? I don't know nobody in Africa. Who's in Africa? I don't know nobody there. Why you sending me over there?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I feel so embarrassed.
It's crazy.
I feel so embarrassed, bro. Mama, listen, I didn't listen to my mama.
I don't feel embarrassed.
I didn't listen to my mama. My mama tried to tell me. Bro. I literally did not listen to my mother. That's why I tell guys, I say the biggest regret that I have in life is that I didn't listen. I was one of those young fools who didn't listen. I thought I knew it all. And I came in young, and the brothers, the reason why we call, like, when we recruit people that come into the nation, we call it fishing. And the reason why we call it fishing, we like to get the brothers young. Because when you're young, your brain is not fully developed yet. You don't know much. So it's very easy to manipulate you. It's very easy to manipulate you. And the reason why we like to go in the hoods and talk to the poor, because the people in the hoods and the poor, they're very easy to manipulate as well.
Dumb as hell.
Because of their condition.
They dumb as hell. Because they dumb as hell. That's why it all goes back to what I was telling you. The fucking uneducated and poor are the most, it's the most religious motherfuckers are broke. Motherfuckers that are religious as hell are broker than a motherfucker. But they can quote the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, everything. Like that, it'd be like that old motherfucker, right? So you trapping, right? We getting money in the block. And then you got that one motherfucker that come around that talk about the glory days he never had. He beat everybody up. Back in, back down state, I did this, I did that. I had all these bitches. They shut your ass up. He had no business. He ain't had no money. He ain't got no money. You live with your mama right now. Like, stop talking to me, man. But it's always like that, Coach. It's always like that. The most religious, miserable motherfuckers are the most educated. They woke. They know it all. If you know it all, why you so fucking broke? That's what I want to know. Shit. Why?
Hey, listen.
Broken in the motherfucker trying to spit knowledge to me.
Hey, listen, but I got the knowledge that you need. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Man, listen, I'm trying to go to school.
Yeah, like, what knowledge, man?
Bro,
what are you
listen.
talking about, man?
Hey, listen, bro. Like, hey, Giovanni, man. I sit back and laugh at it now. I laugh at it now because I'm 48. I sit back and laugh at it now. But I wasted the reason why I want people to stay away from that stuff, you're going to waste so many precious years of your life caught up in that. You're going to waste so many years of your life not accomplishing anything, being non-productive.
In misery.
And then people who have that mindset, like I did, you only hang around people who think like you. So you don't get so your paradigm, your worldview is based upon false information, based upon useless information, is pseudo stuff that's unrealistic. You talking about this stuff, bro? Like, dude, this ain't got. And by the time you figure, when you do get out of that matrix, by the time you figure it all out, 25 years later, like I did. Like, bro, I could have been I could have been a millionaire by the time I turned 30 or 35. I had all this information in my head, and everything I saw was through that worldview of what I was taught, what I studied, what I believed in. And hey, Giovanni, thank you for calling, man. I'm gonna let you go, but I don't want to talk you to death.
No, it's all good, man. No,
okay.
You can talk me.
Okay.
Hey, I'm in my tractor, baby.
Oh, you're in your tractor? Okay, good. All right, good.
We'll talk about that six-figure income, baby.
Yeah.
That's what truck is about.
Yeah, high income skill set.
That's another six-figure income. High income skill set, be a trucker.
Yeah, that's right.
Boom.
Yeah, and I drove. Yeah, are you right about that?
There you go.
You're right about that. Hey,
there
listen.
You go.
Hey, listen.
Six-figure income.
Hey, check this out. So I'm gonna tell you when I woke up. I gotta tell you guys this. I don't know if I told anybody when I woke up. Shout out to my sister Lisa. Shout out to my sister Lee. Shout out to Conshana. This when I woke up.
Word.
2016, true story. 6 years ago. Well, 2015. My best friend, he was in the nation with me. And you know, I was his lieutenant. But I went to real estate school in 1997. I went to real estate school in 1997. And I paid for my friend to go, my best friend. He didn't have any money. So I paid for him to go to school. His stepfather was a realtor. So back in that time, I was 23 years old. I always thought about, man, I got to figure out a way how to get out of the game. I wanted to stop hustling, right? How to get out of the game. So I went to real estate school. I went to a school in Tampa, Florida called Ed Koppler School of Real Estate. That's the school I went to. And you gotta make a 70% or higher in order to pass. I made it 69%. I failed. I took the course for 2 weeks, went to school, paid my money, and I failed. So I had to go back and take it again. We got a different instructor. When I took it again, I brought my friend along with me. I paid for him to go. I think it was like $800 to go. I paid my way. I paid his way. And took it again. I passed the school exam. So I was so happy. I said, damn, I get a chance to leave the dope game alone now. And I'm going to real estate school. And now we're going to go to real estate. We're going to sell houses. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to sell me some houses, make thousands of dollars selling houses. You know, I didn't know there was a learning curve and stuff like that. So when you go to real estate school, you have to take something called a state exam. So we had to take the state exam in order to get the license. Kind of like cosmetology. You go to cosmetology school, you take your test, but then you got to take the state exam in order to get the license. So I went to go take my state exam. I had I couldn't take it because I had like gun charges and stuff like that. I had fresh felonies. So they told me that, hey, listen, they rejected me. We're not going to allow you to take your test. I was devastated. You know what I mean? And I had to go in front of a board, and it was a board of like 5 people. And they told me I couldn't take. I was devastated, but they let my friend take his exam, and he ended up eventually passing it. And he's a realtor right now to this day, flip houses and all that. Bet my best friend to this day.
Okay.
2015, I was driving trucks for night. I was driving trucks for night transportation, right? Before that, I was driving trucks for Stevenson Transportation out of Texas. So I used to drive all over the country and stuff like that. And he told me, he said, man, you know what you need to do, Malachi? You need to clean your credit up. What your credit score look like? I said, my credit score was like a 500 at the time. He said, listen, clean your credit score up.
Yeah.
I didn't have any credit. He said, clean your credit score up. I got this bank that's giving out loans to lines of credit, unsecured lines of credit, you know, cash credit to businesses, right? I know a lot about commercial finance, how to get loans and stuff. I know because I went to school for it. I said, yeah.
Okay.
I said, yeah. He said, yeah. So I was kind of like apprehensive. You know, I was kind of apprehensive. I was like, I don't know about that because I still had that white man stuff in my head. Man, the white man ain't gonna get no black man no loan and all this stuff. I had all that in my head. I was always taught because I was black that the white man, when I go to the bank, they ain't gonna give me no loan. I didn't know that when you got business loans, it had nothing to do with your skin color. It had everything to do with whether you qualified or not. They care about there's 3 things that you gotta have in order to get a loan. We call it the 3 C's: credit, cash flow, or collateral. Credit, cash flow, or collateral. The 3 C's, with the 3-legged bar stool. This is what you gotta have, right? Doesn't matter what your color is, none of that. If you have credit, you can get a loan from the bank. If you have good credit, if you have cash flow, meaning if you have a business that's cash flowing real good, they will factor that in and they will give you money, loan you money based on the cash flow of your business. Or if you have collateral, let's say you have some land or whatever the case may be, or own some property, that's how you can get the money. So I didn't know that. I was always taught that because you black man, the white man trying to keep the black man down, and you ain't gonna be able to get no loan. So I'm wrestling with that. But I did what he said. I went with a credit cleaning company. They told me, they say, listen, this is all you need to do. They told me everything that I needed to do in order to build my credit up, right? A year later, my credit score was like 700, like a 700. Wow. And I had a business. I had a marketing business at the time. And my marketing business, what they did was the bank gave me a loan. They gave me unsecured line of credit, and I had to be the what is it called? They gave me the loan, but I was the one that was responsible for it. So if I defaulted, if my business defaulted on the loan, the bank reserved the right to come after me. I forgot what it was called. Like I was like the co-signer or something like that. I went into the bank, 2016. Listen, guys, October 2016, September 2016, I'll never forget. My credit was good. I went to the bank right here in this city. They say, yes, Mr. Williams, what we're gonna do? Yes, we approve you to get $50,000 unsecured line of credit, cash. I was like, what?
Word.
And then before that, I had to apply for a lot of different credit cards. So I had like $63,000 worth of credit cards. Right?
You know what fucked me up, man? I had too many inquiries.
Right.
That's what fucked me up.
No, check it
I
out.
had an 800 credit score, and how much is like a 750 again?
Yeah. Check it out. Check it out.
I digress.
I'm gonna wrap it up. Check it out. So,
Again.
I wanted to get credit under my business. So I went to Regis Bank. Regis Bank gave me a $5,000 credit card under my business name. This bank that I got a loan from gave me $50,000 worth of credit under my business name, not under my personal name. They gave it to me under my tax ID number, right, under my business.
Yep.
And I was in shock. I was like, yes, we gave you $50,000. I read everything. I signed it, and I thought it was a setup. I thought it was a setup. And they say, okay, you got the $50,000 line of credit. Do you want to draw from that? I said, what do you mean draw? Yes, you got the credit. You can draw $10,000 and make interest only payments on it every month based on what you draw. I said, you mean I can take some money out now? She said, yeah, you can take it out now. I said, let me get $7,000. Okay, hey, Carlos, go get him $7,000. And I'm like, oh shit, it was that easy? He said, yeah. I say, is there any way you can put the rest of the money inside of my business account? Yeah, we can do that. They put the rest of the money inside the business account. I'm leaving. I got a cat. So they gave me a cashier's check. She said, do you want it cash or do you want a cashier's check? I said, give me the $7,000 cash. I need a $25,000 cashier's check because I was going to invest in the real estate. $20,000 cashier's check. I was going to invest with my homeboy down in Miami to invest in some property because he does a lot of fix and flips. I invested in his business, right? Anyway, make a long story short, I was so spooked when I was driving going back to Miami. I saw a car that looked like a police car that was following me. I thought that these people had set me up. I thought that they had set me up and that they was going to take me to jail. It was kind of like a reverse sting operation. That I didn't do nothing wrong, but I was under the impression that the feds was coming to lock me up because I went in the bank. I got approved for $50,000, an unsecured line of credit. Also, they gave me a credit card for $5,000 under my business. So that was two banks that did it, and they gave me something else. I think it was like another $3,000 under my business or something like that. Bruh, I'm driving. I'm shaking like a leaf in the middle of a hurricane. I'm shaking like booty meat. I said, oh man, these crackers finna lock me up. This is my mindset. Oh, they finna lock me up. Oh man, I'm going to feds. Oh, this is federal. I'm going to jail. The car turned off. It was that day when I got to Miami, I woke up.
Wow.
I realized that all the stuff I believed in was some bullshit. Because I was taught that the white man ain't gonna give you no loan. You black, And then guess what the lady told me? She said, sir, the only thing we care about is the 3 C's. Do you have credit, cash flow, or collateral? She said, you qualified. You had a 700. Your Equifax score was 756. Your experience score was 783. And your TransUnion score was 770 something. You have perfect credit. Anything over 750 is a perfect score. She said, sir, you can get anything you want with that credit. And that's what happened. And guess what?
Coach, I have a question.
That's when I woke up.
What made you get out of the transportation industry? After you woke up, what made you get out of trucking?
Oh, my family. I wanted to be home. I wanted to be home with the kids. And I started driving. I left OTR alone and I started driving local. But when I got that money from the bank, I was through working. When I got that money from the bank, I was through working, and I started a business. I started my marketing company. It wasn't successful at first. I started a t-shirt company, and I started a t-shirt company based on consciousness. It's not conscious shit. That didn't nobody really support me. I ended up losing the money. I ended up losing all of the money. Because you don't know what you don't know until you know it. I was trying to invest in certain things and do certain things. And I built it back up I built it back up since then, but I didn't have any financial literacy, so I didn't know exactly what to do with the money. And when instead of me just sitting on it until I realized what to figure out what to do, I was trying to get involved in different things and stuff like that. And I ended up losing all of it. I'm just being honest with you. I lost all of it. I ended up, destroying my credit. And I built it back up from then since then. But you get what I'm saying. But I'm just being honest with you. That was when I woke up. And each year went by, I became smarter and smarter and smarter. Then I started doing a lot of reflecting, and I realized, man, a lot of that shit I learned was some bullshit. This shit was some bullshit. And once I realized that, I've been woke ever since. And I've been banging on that. I've been banging on it ever since then, bro. Dead serious.
Hey, I agree with you. It's like, the worst thing in life is a late blooming philosopher.
Yeah.
A motherfucker that going to prison and now you're Muslim.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, ain't nobody care about that shit. Like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker get locked up, now you Muslim. Now you wearing a kufi. Now you got the, got the shit in your mouth. You know what I mean? You dress, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody want to hear that shit.
Oh, man.
Like, man, talk to me about getting money, bro. That's it. That's all I care about. Get money. That's what you gotta that's what it comes down to. Listen, man, this is a day, coach.
Yes,
people that got money are happy.
Right.
People that are broke are miserable.
Yep.
It's that simple. I don't care what nobody says. And I'm from the hood, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood, but I've seen different sides of this earth. You know what I'm saying? And this lifetime I've had. And when I see white people jogging with their dogs, I feel happy. Because I know it's safe out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I start seeing motherfuckers in the hood looking over their shoulders and shit, they got their bad motherfucker. Yeah, I know I'm in a bad area. I don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? You know when you walk through the hood.
Hey, you sound like a coon. Hey, you sound like a coon right now, my brother. You sound like a coon, brother.
Hey, I ain't no motherfucking coon. I ain't cooning shit.
I'm just messing with you.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This shit funny to me. I don't care, man. People fucking call me whatever. Listen, bro, when you in the hood, people gotta look to them.
Yeah.
They paranoid. They irritated. They angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't want to be around that shit.
Yeah.
That shit gets me tense. It makes my blood pressure boil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, listen, rich people with money are happy. People that are broke are miserable. It's that simple, coach.
Yeah.
It's not a race thing.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. Yo, it's not. Yo, you could go to middle class neighborhoods where there's black people are, like around Georgetown, this, that, and the third. Yo, they're happy. They're not out there robbing and killing and shooting. Because they don't have to. They got money.
I'm living in the community. I'm living in the community right now. And Blood Boxing, I don't know if he's still here, but he's been to my house. I'm living in the community. Yeah. And I told my brother, I said, Blood, there's a lot of black people living in this neighborhood. I live in a mixed area.
Check it out.
A lot of blacks live in this neighborhood. A lot of Hispanics, mostly black and Hispanic, live over here, and whites as well.
All right.
And guess what? There's no paper on the ground. Literally, bro. When I walk through my neighborhood, you can't see a piece of paper on the ground. They have a guy who comes drive around with a golf cart. He makes sure whatever paper he sees, he picks it up. Literally, bro. Like, this is, the air smells better. I know people gonna say he cooning. They're gonna say he cooning right now. He cooning. I'm like, no, bro. There's a lot of black families over here, a lot of Hispanic families over here, a lot of white families over here. Different religious backgrounds, different political backgrounds. Democrats, Republicans, whatever. Doesn't matter. Everybody, get along. Ain't no beef. None of that stuff. We trying to take care of our families, their wives, their husbands, kids. That's what it's all about over here. You see what I'm saying? And Blood was like, no, man, this don't look like no. You sure this is black? I'll say, bro, I'm telling you, there's a lot of black people live over, black families, into my mothers and fathers, two-parent households, a lot of Hispanic households over here, 2-parent households, whites, 2-parent households. That's what live over here. And bro, it is what it is. Another brother who was here, True Gritter, it's another brother who followed me, named True Gritter 402. He's a trucker as well, Omaha, Nebraska. His brother lives right down the street from me. His brother has a nice house. You know what I mean? And he been over here in this area, so he know what it looks like. I'm literally not making this up. You get what I'm saying? So my whole worldview, my paradigm has changed. once I got that stuff out of my brain, bro, I took off. I took off. I took off. But as long as I was holding on to that, it was like an anchor that kept me weighted down. You get what I'm saying? And I had to get that foolishness out of my head, and in order for me to snap out of it, in order for me to wake up. Yeah, hey, Schoolo said I got a white dog. He said I got a white dog. Hey, my dog,
you
white and gray.
With your white dog.
Hey, Giovanni.
Hey,
the dog is white and brown. So the dog is brown as well, and it's my daughter's dog. It's not my dog, but I get what you're saying, though.
So you got a watered down dog. You watered down the Dean pool.
I got a affirmative action dog. My dog is mixed. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out. It really cool. Shout out. Salute to Amina. Hey, credit, cash flow, and collateral. That's what it is. So I made some mistakes.
That's what it boils down to.
I made some mistakes, some foolish mistakes. And this time when I failed, I didn't blame, man, the white man set me up. The man, they know. I didn't talk about, they owe me reparations and all that stuff there. And, they know what I was going to mess it up. And they need to write it. I didn't say none of that. I had to accept responsibility for my actions because I messed the money up because, I was learning different things. I didn't have the financial literacy that I needed in order to know how to take that money and make it grow and make more money for me. I didn't know that I was trying different things and failing. And if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would have did something totally different. Now everything is going pretty good now, the path and trajectory that I'm on. But the thing is, once I got that foolishness out of my head, I was good. And that's what it took. It took me 25 years though. 25 years, bro.
Yeah. It took me 29 years and a 45 to the net to change my mind. So I get it.
Yeah.
Shot in the neck, boy, that'll change your whole. You got shot in the neck. I got shot in the neck too.
Yeah.
45 to the neck, broke my C1, my C2 vertebrae.
Damn.
Fucking broke my jaw in 2 places. Had a halo brace glued to my fucking front of my skull.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember halo. Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah. Damn,
bro,
you still alive, bro.
Bro, fucked up. Got the tracheostomy tube in my throat.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I got boogers and mucus leaking down my chest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Fucked up in the game. That's what changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I ain't trying to go back to prison.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not trying to die.
Nah.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah,
fuck
man.
That.
Hey, Giovanni. Hey, my brother.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for calling in, man. I want to finish. Getting to the video and address the people in the chat. But thank you so much.
You got it.
So thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. I really, really appreciate it. Just sharing your stories with me, man. Thank you so much, fam. Let me give my brother Giovanni.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, so round of applause for my brother, man. Yeah, man. Kene, what you say, fam? Kene say, he said a lot of times it's the people around you, coach. I'm 26 and learning how people can stay in the same mentality for so long and keep you stagnant. You know what? You're right about that. That's Kene, I'm sending you a text right now. That's true, fam. Because the people who I was around, we all shared that same worldview. Now, if I tell this story to someone like a Dr. Umar, you see, brother, you cooning right now, brother. What happened was the white man bought you off, brother, for 50,000 measly dollars. You received the loan from the white man, an interest-only loan from the white man, brother, and he bought you off. Did you see what happened, my brother? You came in with the revolution in your mind, and you left with the European indoctrination. You got indoctrinated, brother. Brother, send me make sure you send me a cash out. Yeah, but brother, this money come from the white man, brother. Yeah, brother, but make sure you send me a cash out of the white man money that you receive, brother, so we can start the Pan-African movement. Bro, I'm dead ass serious. Let's continue. Please stay away from that bullshit. Please stay away from it. Whatever you do, please stay away from it. Let's go. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Not financially well off, if you're not be able to help people with money here and there, aspects of what consciousness can do. You understand that? If you're not financially well off, if you're not be able to help people with money here and there, if you're not healthy, if your life is not a reflection of that consciousness, then you may as well not be conscious. Don't even admit that. Don't even say that. It's best to focus on subconscious mind. Subconscious mind dealing with emotions, dealing with habit mind. Autopilot, subconscious mind helps me to be able to walk down the street, talk on the phone, somebody calls me, I don't have to think about it. I look and I'm still walking. I'm doing 3 things at once. That's what subconscious mind is. Once you get into a habit mind of problem solving, you can dig deep.
How comfortable are you being
Sorry about that, guys.
uncomfortable? See, the answer to that
Get rid of this
question can
goddamn-
determine your success.
And then you can control outcomes more. You can solve more problems, but you got to go subconscious.
Yeah.
So it needs to be subconscious community, not just conscious community. Being woke is okay, but you may as well be sleep. That's more turmoil. That's more
being woke ain't no
pressure. That's got to be more disheartening to know a lot and you can't even do anything. You're just sitting there watching it. You may as well just not even know. You're just sitting there watching it. So it can't be just conscious community. I'm conscious community. If you're not doing that, if you're worse off, if you arguing and fighting and doing all this worse than just somebody in the street.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
And you see a lot of that online. All these dudes do, listen, all they want to do is argue all goddamn day. Like, bro, I'm not trying to have a intellectual masturbation contest with you, try to show you who the smartest. Okay, like, bro, like, we gonna sit here and talk about what? All this shit don't mean a goddamn thing. At the end of the day, I need life skills. That conscious shit is some bullshit. I'm not learning life skills with that. I'm not learning the things that I need to know in order to help uplift my family. You get what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, bro, I was one of the worst. Some of you guys may say, well, you like me now. I promise you, bro, I was a fool. Listen, if I was in the boxing community years ago, I would have been in the LDBC. Easy. I would have been a diehard supporter of Dante's Boxing Nation. He probably would have got my money and everything. I'm dead serious. Like, that's how foolish I was. I was a fool's fool. You see what I'm saying? That conscious shit, stay away from that shit. Those are some of the most negative people you ever want to meet. From my experiences. And I'm not saying negative from, I'm not saying that a lot of those people, they are negative, meaning they're bad and they'll go like do bad stuff in the communities. I'm not saying that. I'm saying from a paradigm standpoint. I'm saying if you can't show me how to solve my problems, if I'm not learning life skills, if I'm not learning, and I'm not talking about, you got to know what to do when you get pulled by the police to make sure that you can survive that encounter. And that is true. If you get pulled by the police, you better try to make sure you can survive that encounter, because the name of the game is try to get home safely. We ain't got but one life to live on this planet. You got point A and you got point B. It's what you do in between that matters. And what you do in between, you can be a laptop revolutionary, as my brother Blood Boxing would say. You can be a laptop revolutionary. You know what I mean? You can be an internet gangster. You can be on the corner with your bullhorn, talking about we banging on the beach, banging on the white man, and we're gonna do A, B, C, and D. If that's what you want to do, fine. But at the end of the day, if you in your sermon when we need a donation from the people, I'd rather make my own money, learn the skill set that I need in order to survive, and learn skills that's gonna pay me 6 figures a year, than do all this goddamn talking, and at the end of the day, ask y'all for a goddamn donation. And when I say negative, a lot of these brothers and sisters, they don't mean to be negative. They don't know they're negative. They don't know, because in their mind, they're very positive. I thought I was very positive. I thought I was on the right path, and I clearly wasn't. I wasn't on the right path at all. Just being honest with you. I wasn't on the right path at all. I didn't know what I didn't know until I know it. And that's what my aunt makes to tell me. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you know it. My grandfather died believing that shit. He literally was waiting on a spaceship to come back and save him, because he was a Muslim in the Nation of Islam. Because he believed this bullshit here. And there's some good stuff in here. There's some good stuff in Message to the Black Man and all that shit there. But most of all, you know, and it talks about responsibility and how the man got to be responsible. Now, this is a revised edition, I think. But this is a lot of information that ain't a lot of bullshit. You know, the true knowledge of the Bible and the Quran, that shit ain't gonna help me get no goddamn money. Let's see, making all things new, that shit ain't gonna help me get no goddamn money. Islam for the so-called Negroes, that shit ain't gonna help me get no goddamn money. Islam is the true religion of God, that shit ain't gonna help me get no goddamn money. You know, he's teaching you what Islam is. The so-called Negro must do something for himself. Now, when they talk about Elijah Muhammad, this is what they don't talk about. You do for self. He talks about how the black man has to do for himself. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming the white man. This is what Elijah Muhammad talked about. You got to do for yourself. You probably can't see because of the light. How to do for self, right? It talks about that right here. And this is chapter, this is page 61 in the, and Elijah Muhammad always talked about that. The black man must do for self. Stop making excuses. You know what I mean? Study the white man for he is successful. You know what I mean? So that's what he talks about. What we have to do. A lot of these victimhood teaching guys, they don't like to talk about this. When they talk about Elijah Muhammad, they don't like to talk about this. They talk about the white man, the devil, and all that crazy shit there. They don't talk about the do for self part though. They don't talk about the do for self part though. You see what I'm saying? They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the do for self part. You see what I'm saying? So again, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, and you can learn from anybody, right? I care nothing about religion. I don't give a damn whether it's Islam, which imam you follow, how many rakats you do, when you do your salat. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm just telling you I don't. You get what I'm saying? I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. Care nothing about your kufis, care nothing about how well you speak Arabic. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Making 6 figures a year, saving for my kids' college fund, none of that. I do not like religion. Religion is necessary. I'm saying for me, though. I've never been a religious person, but I don't like religion. I don't like religion. I don't care whether it's Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? I don't hate on it. I don't know what other people believe in, but I'm saying for me, it's not conducive to me. The conscious community stuff, I don't care nothing about that. It's not conducive to me. The only thing I care about in my life is how to make money. I care about my health, financial security, and I care about skills that's going to pay me 6 figures or more a year. Those are the 3 things that I focus on. And I put my energy on that every goddamn day. That's all I care about. I don't care what's going on over here to the right. I don't care what's going on over here to the left. Man, if you can't show me how to get no goddamn money, I'm not interested in the conversation. Just letting you know. Because I don't been there, done this other shit. I don't study with the Sunni Muslims, the Sufis, had debates with my brothers from the Hebrew Israelites, all that stuff. I've been there, done that shit. It's a waste of time. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. Most of those brothers that I know, that I met over the years, they was broke, ain't have no money. They broke and ain't got no money. Show me one that's a multi-millionaire. Oh, Mr. Farrakhan got plenty of money. We know that. Umar still asking for donations. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just giving it to you. I'm just giving it to you as raw as I can give it to you. Take it how you want to take it or leave it alone. Don't make me know, never mind. I'm not, it's not my job to try to convince people anything other than that. I see things from the way I see things. I did it for 25 years. It got me nowhere. Some of the worst years of my life. Just being honest with you. I'm saying from a mindset standpoint. And when I sit back and think about it, I'm like, man, that's what a smart. And I'm a very bright guy. I'm a very smart guy. But I didn't fulfill my potential until later on. I didn't wake up until what, 6 years ago? Till like, I was 42? I snapped out of that shit when I was 42. Came in it when I was 17. Had the mindset of that bullshit before that. So if you add up all the years I had that mindset, probably from 15, I say from 15 all the way up to, it's 27 years. 27 years I had that bullshit in my head. And it took me time to get that shit out of my head, bro. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you, dog, like, you know, stay away from that bullshit. You know, that's my advice. That's my advice. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Brandon calling from Dallas.
Brandon calling from Dallas. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah, I was the one in your chat talking about you described the Nation of Islam and you described it. Our experiences were totally different. I grew up around the Nation of Islam and in the Nation of Islam, and I didn't experience none of the BS that you went through.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, the Nation of Islam taught me how to get a job, how to keep a job, and also taught me how to make money. I don't know.
What year were you in the Nation of Islam?
I came in around before the Million Man March. I was about 13. My uncle, so probably about 1995.
Yeah, so you was in it around the time I was in it. I came in and I got my letter passed in 1992. I was 18 years old. My letter passed in 1992, and I got my I became Muhammad in 1993. So I came out of Muslim number 47, and I learned some of the best powerful ministers in the nation, from Rahman to Musain down in Miami to B.R. to Captain Curtis. Like a lot of the powerhouses from the first resurrection, I know those guys personally.
I know them all. Here's the thing, brother. See, what I think you went through, I think you were bitter toward the Nation of Islam because you didn't get what you were supposed to get, and you didn't do what you were supposed to do. The only thing I hear you talk about is material. I don't care about nothing but money. I don't care about nothing but money. But see, when you know what you know, the Nation of Islam gives you a work ethic, and you know how to make money and produce money. What it is, we have a lot of us in the Nation of Islam have a piss poor mindset. And we don't understand what it is that we learning and what it is that we should believe in, and we sitting there hoping and praying and wishing for the destruction of America instead of getting out here and getting something. So that's not all the teaching we get out here. The Nation of Islam teach you to sit yourself in heaven and want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now,
absolutely, and this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about with the Nation of Islam. When Honorable Elijah Muhammad talked about the black man must do for self and all of that stuff there, I say a lot of people don't talk about this aspect of it. But I want to correct you on something before I let you continue to talk. I don't have any bitterness towards the Nation of Islam. I'm not bitter towards the Nation of Islam. I love the Nation of Islam. I don't have any bitterness towards the Nation at all.
But me just clicking in because the brother sent me your link. I've never even watched you. I think I've seen you from time to time, but I never watched you, and I thought you was the same brother that was on Barbershop Conversation with Fred Punk ass one time.
Yeah, I was on the show before. I was on the show before.
Yeah, I was trying to get on
Fred
that
got
show
an issue.
So
Fred got an issue with the Nation. He hate Minister Farrakhan. He hated Elijah Muhammad.
But Fred is a weak man who did not grow up with a father who has a man complex. That's Fred's problem. Fred has an issue, has a man problem. When Fred get around other men, he will, and he overcompensates. So that's his problem with the Nation of Islam. Yeah. Now, I would not say that the Nation of Islam does not have flaws, but what I would say is when you're thinking of an organization that's totally 100% for black people, it's one of the only ones left in our community, and I think that we should treat it like the Jewish people treat their organizations, even though they might not attend them and they might not even agree with, they still revere them and they don't let them be torn down. I.e. the Anti-Defamation League, and I think you know a lot about that, ain't that right, brother?
Yeah, the Anti-Defamation League. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got the shit. I got the secret relationship between blacks and Jews, both volumes that Minister Farrakhan wrote. So
there you go.
I'm very familiar with it. Yeah.
So really, to tell you the truth, you were a part of a lot of history. It's just the way you look at it and the way you frame it. I heard you say, my granddaddy died believing this bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you this, I bet your grandfather woke up every day thinking about black people and how to be a better man, whether that translated into his financial and certain things like that. You know that in the Nation of Islam, most of the time, because of the way we're taught and the way we express ourselves, that we don't fit in a dominant society. So it's hard for us to go out and get money because we can't compartmentalize what we're going through as far as being black in America and trying to build the nation inside of a nation. So a lot of us struggle with going out into like corporate America or going into these fields and trades because of our disposition. And
Well,
you know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna say this. Whatever your experiences is, I can only speak from my experience. I'm telling you that a lot of the stuff that I was taught, and I learned under brother Jabril Muhammad, the guy who helped wake Minister Farrakhan up in the 70s. I learned. Listen, I know these guys. I'm telling you what they taught. We didn't. Like I came out of Moscow in 47. I was at the Million Man March in 95. I know Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
I came out of 48.
I know Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I remember when the nation was getting funding from the United States government to have, to set up security. When we had the security team used to do security in these neighborhoods. And I'm telling you, the brothers that I grew up around, we was not learning life skills that we was going to need. I'm not saying that everything in the nation was bad. I'm talking about the life skills. No, brother. The only thing we was being taught. Only thing we was being taught, about the white man was the devil. Some of the things that we got to do to resurrect the nation. We had to get out there and sell the final call newspapers. We had to go fishing. We had to pay the number 2 poor. Pretty sure you know about that. That go to Chicago. We got to pay the building fund wherever the mosque was at, because the brothers got to pay the rent. You know what I mean?
Obligatory, NUI,
all that. Oh, bro, I got it all. All I'm saying is, I didn't learn how to what a six-figure, what a high income skill set was. I didn't learn none of that. If you learned that, please share that with me. I didn't learn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how. I had a brother we had my brother who ended up being my brother-in-law in the mosque. He was an electrician. Do you remember Brother Carl out of Dallas who helped rebuild Mosque Mariam?
Who?
He was our Brother Carl Muhammad. He helped rebuild Mosque Mariam when they rebought it.
When they bought it. Yeah, when they rebought it in I think it was the 80s, the early 80s.
In 88.
88.
But look,
I know it.
He does construction in Dallas. He's like a superintendent, right? The minister who used to be here. Not Minister Jeffrey, who you may know, right. Minister Carl.
Okay.
What he did was he did construction. So he would talk to some of the brothers. Well, my brother-in-law, the brother who ended up being my brother-in-law, went to school for electrician work. So he started studying he started doing construction work with Minister Carl. So I was taught when I was coming up. I learned how to do HVAC. Now I have an HVAC company and I work in corporate America. And I work in a lab. Right now I work in a lab designing. I help design HVAC equipment. But I was taught how to get up, how to go get a job, how to pick a suit, what a man should do, life skills, how you should speak, how you should stand. I don't know what you got out of y'all FY class, but our FY class, we learned it all.
What's your name, Brandy? What's your name, Brandy?
Yeah, I learned how to eat. I learned how to hold my fork. I learned how when we sat there, we had etiquette class. I learned how.
That's FOI training. FOI training. Yep.
Yeah, but I learned these skills in the mosque. I learned how to be a man. So I don't know. Maybe y'all just didn't have the right mix of brothers who were business minded.
Right.
But we did in this. We did in these regions. Houston has a whole Mosque number 45 in Houston.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Mosque 45. Yeah.
It's a few millionaires in that mosque. Because it just depends on who you come in contact with. So to hear your story, I just hate that you didn't come in contact with a different breed of brother. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, thank you so much for sharing that with me. The brothers I came up around, they didn't teach us that. My minister, my grandfather, he didn't teach us that. My grandfather was very very spiritual. They didn't teach us like life skills. And then the brothers who I came up in the mosque with, all of us came from the street. You get what I'm saying? So we didn't learn. We were street dudes. So we didn't learn. We didn't learn like you came up under a good minister who and when you went to FOI training and stuff like that, that mosque out of Houston, they taught you that. There were mosques in the Nation of Islam.
No, my mosque out of Dallas.
Well, out of Dallas.
Mosque out of Dallas. Yeah.
Okay, out of Dallas, but there were mosques in the nation, like a lot of those brothers in Chicago. A lot of those brothers in Chicago was powerhouses. A lot of those brothers who came out of Detroit were powerhouses. A lot of those brothers who came out of Harlem were powerhouses. They was really, really sharp. And even some brothers I met in DC and stuff like that. But in Florida, remember, I came up in Florida. I came up here. And even though
Y'all
I met a lot,
y'all was in the seventh. Y'all was in the seventh region, what they renamed the seventh
yeah,
region.
the seventh region,
And
the
y'all
seventh
got
region.
y'all got neglected a lot, bro. Y'all got neglected. I know that for a fact. Y'all got neglected.
So the brothers I came up around, I didn't learn none of that. Even though I've been around a lot of the brothers that I told you about, spoke to these brothers. From Dr. If you met Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Khalid wasn't wasn't on that. Khalid was more on, he hated white folks with a passion, that. And he loved Minister Farrakhan. So if you didn't come up around the right brothers who taught you that, what you learned, then your experiences is totally different from mine. I don't have any bitterness.
Yeah.
I don't have any bitterness towards the Nation of Islam, because at the end of the day, I'm a grown man and I have to accept responsibility for my actions. That was my fault. And I don't blame anybody in the nation. Once upon a time I did, I was upset with my captain. Not mad at Minister Farrakhan, but I was upset with my captain. But as I got older, as I got older, I realized I don't have any bitterness towards the nation at all. Nothing bad really to say. I don't try to deter anybody from joining if they want to. I'm just saying from what I've learned, what I went through in my experiences, that's subjective to me. And I'm not necessarily just talking about the nation. I'm saying from the conscious community standpoint. I went through the Sinetta TV moment. I met Sinetta before he even started the House of Consciousness, because he was the video guy for Khalid Muhammad when he got kicked out of the nation. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these brothers, I know these brothers from talking to them, like had face-to-face conversations with them. And if you notice, if you listen to my conversation, I was saying that you got to learn the life skills, things that you need to know in life in order to be able to survive, to take care of you and your family. If you don't know these skills, you'll have a victimhood mentality. And when things not going right in your life, you're going to always blame, the white man. You see what I'm saying? You came up differently in the nation. So I'm not going to refute anything you're saying, because I do know brothers who experience the same thing that you experienced. I'm only speaking from what I experienced and the brothers who I came up around, we experienced. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I appreciate the dialogue, bro. And I'm sorry that you had to experience that. And I wish that you could have got around the right group of brothers where you could experience it different. I'm not saying that we don't have stories about how we was mistreated. I ain't gonna tell you that lie. But what I will say, it just depends. Like this is what they used to tell us. This was one of our sayings. Take your training well. Take your training well.
Yeah, that's it.
So we would take our training well. It wasn't just about final calls. I can get out there and drop 100 stacks. That ain't nothing. I can do that. But the point is, I need to survive. So it was brothers that taught me how to survive. They taught me. I had brothers. I didn't know how to tie a tie. They taught me how to tie a tie. I didn't know how to pick the right suit. They taught me how to pick the suit. I didn't know how to pick the right shoes. I didn't know how my socks should fit. Brothers taught me all of that.
What's your gator game? The Super 100s. I learned the brothers in Detroit and Chicago taught me how to dress. I wear Super 100. I wear 150% wool suits right now. They taught me the gator game, the Stacey Adams. I like, what I mean? You feel me? So I listen. I like to dress right now to this day. Because of the brothers, I like to dress right now to this day. I like wearing suits. I love wearing suits. I'm a suit guy. You see what I'm saying? So,
because you know how it makes you feel. You know what the dignity it gives. But I learned all of that. So I just hate your experiences like that. But brother, just by me talking to you, I just popped in. Somebody sent me your show and I popped in. So I only caught what I caught. It sounded negative, but just listening to you, I can respect your experience, and I appreciate you for letting me talk, brother. And I'm gonna fall back, but thank you, and I'm probably gonna check it in on your show more.
All right, thank you, man. Hey, shout out to Brandon, man. Cause you from Dallas, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. F Society, salute to you, fam. Yeah, my brother Brandon, his experience was different from mine. He's not lying. The brother's not lying. There are some mosques that you can come up in when you learn certain things. But the gist of what I'm saying is this. And I didn't want to make this about the nation, but I did bring up a lot of nation stuff that was on me. You got to learn life skills in life, right? And for what I learned once I left the nation, I learned that, I learned how to develop a high income skill set. High income skill set is anything that you can do that the average person can't do that's going to pay you 6 figures or more. This brother here who called in, he learned to trade. I tell everybody now, I talk to a lot of young people when I do talk to them, learn a trade. As long as you learn a trade, you will always know how to feed yourself. Stay away from the guys who are so conscious, so woke, they want to sit back and debate all day. I was one of those debating guys. I was one of those debating guys as well. We used to go around just starting debates with the Hebrew Israelites, starting debates with the Yahwehs, starting debates with the Nuwapians, just starting debates trying to show who was the smartest of the group and all of that stuff there. And stay away from that. And remember, I come from the street, so the only thing I knew how to do was sell drugs. And the guys who was around me, the only thing we know how to do was sell drugs. So we didn't have life skills, working life skills that we needed. Like the brother Brandon who called in, we didn't have those skills. We knew how to do one thing, and if that failed, then we was kind of stuck like Chuck. So I learned late. I caught on late. I didn't start figuring stuff out to when I was like 41. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like 41, I started coming around. Really, I started waking up a little bit before that. Probably maybe 38. I started kind of like just starting to study other different things. And then by the time I turned 42, it was a wrap. I had them snapped out of it. You get what I'm saying? I had them snapped out of it. So, everybody's experiences is different. Everybody's experiences is different. But I'm just saying for me, and this is why I always tell you guys for me, I'm not trying to sway anyone. I'm not trying to tell anyone to think a certain way. I'm just saying, man, that conscious shit, to the point to where if it's to the point to where it can be detrimental to you, to the point to where you have a lot of hatred, anger, bitterness in your heart. I looked up a lot to Dr. Khalid Muhammad. If you know anything about Dr. Khalid Muhammad, he was a very, very strong brother, very militant brother, very angry brother. And I kind of like took his worldview, his paradigm of things. And then, of course, my mother was a Black Panther growing up in the 60s. I took her worldview of things, and a lot of those influences and stuff that I was taught and the people I was around shaped the way I viewed the world. And it took years for me to get this out of my head. And I'm telling you guys, once I got this stuff out of my head, I became a better person. That's the moral of the story, what I'm telling you. If it's anything other, if it's not going to elevate you, the spiritual stuff is cool. The spiritual stuff is cool. That's fine, whatever you need from a spiritual standpoint. But you're going to have to be able to take care of yourself. You're going to have to be able to provide for you and your family. And you want to be able to live a good life because you only got one shot at this shit. My grandfather died broke. My mother died broke. Ain't have nothing. Ain't nothing cool about dying broke. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just telling you, bro. I'm telling you. A lot of my family members, they died broke. Ain't have nothing. You get what I'm saying? We all going to take that dirt nap. So I am of the opinion, subjective to me, and I just want to share this with you guys, focus on learning the life skills that you need in order to survive and take care of your family so that you can live comfortable. Don't get caught up in this conscious community shit. You see what I'm saying? Because some of it may be good. Some people are eating well. Some people are living well. Maybe the Umar Johnsons, the Tariq Nasheeds, my brother Sinetta. I met Sinetta. He's a good guy. So those brothers are doing well. But, for every one Umar, there's a 1,000 others that ain't doing so goddamn well. You get what I'm saying? And if you took my paradigm and if you was around the type of brothers that I was around, and some of those brothers that I'm talking about still think that way to this day. Still think that way to this day, and they're not doing well. And the people who I came up around, Minister Rockman died broke. Mother Tanetta died broke. My minister Abdul Kareem Muhammad died broke. Musain down in Miami died broke. BR died broke. But these brothers was spiritual brothers. I got brothers, like I said, a brother just got out of the feds not too long ago. You see what I'm saying? I know brothers who doing time ain't never getting out because their paradigm of how they saw things and what we was taught. We were so militant and so caught up in probably the misunderstandings of the teachings or whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you what I was taught, what we were taught. And we was taught by powerhouse ministers. We wasn't taught by no Johnny come lately guys. We were taught by the old heads, the dudes from the first resurrection. Do you get what I'm saying? But I respect that brother's plight. He learned a lot. And I really appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and talk to the people in the chat. Shout out to Kane. What you say? You say everybody fought and enslaved each other. Oh, y'all talking about slavery. Shout out to F Society. What you say, fam? You say Keys when she was younger. Oh, y'all talking about shout out to Yeah, Con Chandler, he says it's good to hear Brandon's side of the experience. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is good. That is good. That is good to hear his side. And a matter of fact, I'm glad Brandon called in. I'm glad that brother called in. I'm glad he called in. Hey, thank you so much, Brandon, for calling in. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, y'all talking about Singapore and all this stuff there. He say NOI brothers be super intense. Yeah, the NOI brother, we are intense. We some intense brothers. Brother, I knew, you know what? True story. I knew before we wrap the show up, I knew brothers in the mosque, like, if you had a problem with a brother, even a minister, like I had a minister by the name of James Muhammad. James was out of New York. He was out of Harlem. James had no came to Tampa and he had no took over Mosque 47. My grandfather was over the Mosque 47 and then it got taken over by James Muhammad. James Muhammad and my grandfather didn't get along, right? So we ended up starting a study group in St. Petersburg on the south side, St. Pete, right? James, he had a captain by the name of Brother Stanley Muhammad. Stanley was from it. Stanley was out of Atlanta, right? Stanley and James didn't get along. Stanley hated James. I don't want to say hate, but he didn't like him. That was his minister. He listened to him, but he didn't like him. So James was very arrogant, cocky. And one day, James and Stanley had enough. They went out back and had a fist fight. I'm dead serious. Bro. You don't see that. A minister and a captain not supposed to fight. And that doesn't happen. But some brothers, okay, it's gonna be one-on-one. They settled it like men. They fought. They settled it like men. I've seen situations where two brothers in the mosque had a heated discussion. It went to the point they was going to get physical. We tried to stop it. Then we was like, okay, you know what? If you guys hell bent on getting physical, okay, it's gonna be one-on-one. You brothers go out back and let's fight. Separate, of course the women wasn't involved. We handled it, we casually pulled the brother to the side. Okay, brother, this is in the study group. Hey, brother, y'all want to fight? Y'all go ahead. We formed the circle, let them brothers fight. When it was over with, that was it. You know what I mean? So stuff like that happens. But I say this here, man, you guys just learn some high income skill sets. Do what you got to do to take care of your family. Stay away from them. Stay away from that conscious shit, bro. If you come from it, you understand what I'm talking about. If you had good experiences with it and it's doing well for you and your family, then stay in it. If you had good experiences with it, stay in it. If you had good experiences with it and it's doing good for you and your family, I'm saying for me, and again, I'm not just talking about the Nation of Islam. Because I don't look at the Nation of Islam as the conscious community. You know what I mean? I don't really look at it that way, even though I know a lot of the conscious community, they took a lot of principles from the nation and they kind of like started their own thing. But the conscious community encompasses wokeism, basically. People who are woke from many different schools of thought, whether it's Hebrews, whether it's Nuwapians, Yahwehs, Sunni Muslims, Shia Muslims, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Whatever trained school of thought that you come from, atheists like Unc from the Amir Squad. Just for me, just and I know a lot of people. A lot of them dudes ain't really got no money. They ain't doing well. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. So you can take it how you want to take it. What you say of society? You say is Dr. Umar part of the nation? No. Dr. Umar's not a part of the nation. Nelly Content, he say, Coach, your eyes is open. Yeah. That's true. You see what I'm saying? Can they say Malcolm made debating cool? Yeah, but Malcolm was a hell of a debater in prison. He used to debate. He used to debate some of the top scholars coming out of what was the schools? What was the schools he used to debate? Like in prison. He was a smart. Malcolm was real smart. A lot of brothers in the nation like to say Malcolm didn't know that he was a dummy and he learned everything from Elijah Muhammad. But a lot of the stuff that Malcolm talked about, Elijah Muhammad didn't talk about that at all. Malcolm was not a dummy. The background he came from, he was a very sharp brother. He learned a lot in prison. He learned a lot. He was a very sharp brother. And but I get it. I understand. That was a very, very smart brother. A lot of stuff I thought about Malcolm, I was wrong about. But everything is subjective to the individual. A lot of people go off of their influences in life, whoever influences their mind, their school of thought and stuff like that. But I want to give everybody, sorry, but I'm trying to charge my phone up. I want to give everybody a round of applause. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to F Society. Shout out to my brother A Sneed. Thank you so much for showing up. Shout out to Brandon for calling in. Shout out to my brother Giovanni for calling in. Shout out to Kane, brother Brandon. He's a fellow FOI. You know what I mean? So I gotta say salute to my brother, man. You know, and once a fruit, always a fruit. To be honest with you, to be honest with you, you know that's what we always say. Once a fruit, always a fruit. Shout out to who else we got in the building? Shout out to A Sneed. Shout out to the one Mr. Ham. Shout out to F Society. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells who's here. Shout out to Carmen Serena's here. Shout out to Arlette. Shout out to Amina as well. Shout out to Angel Johnson. Salute to Jason Williams. Salute to Halim who was here. Lisa Bells. Salute to, is that everybody? Al the Pal, salute to you, brother. Salute to Arlette. Arlette was here as well. Alan Skill, salute Old Dirty Boxing. Brandon, so I see you, fam. I see you, Brandon. I see you. Thank you for calling in, Brandon. Shout out to, salute to Tony Kelly. Salute to, who else we have in the building? Salute to Con Shonery. Thank you so much, brother, for showing up. Salute to Lil Green Eyes P. I know it's early in the UK over there. I'm so sorry you guys stayed up late, but thank you for your support. Schoolo X-Mon, salute to you. Nathan Redder, salute to you, fam. Tony Kelly and the boys. I told you what you need to do. You need to form a group, man. Tony Kelly and the boys. Shout out to Tony Kelly. And I think that's it. I think I got everybody. Shout out to my brother Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Shout out to John Doe. What up, Doe? Shout out to John Doe. Shout out to Mark Nash, who was here. I'm going to roll over there until his show. I'm pretty sure he's on right now. We roll on over there. Get some boxing talk. And I just want to say shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Thomas Jones, my brother TJ. Salute to you, fam. Once again, Mr. Boy, Coach Malachi Williams. Thank you so much for showing up. Midnight Conversations, man. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Eric Gutierrez. Salute to you, fam. Much love to everybody, man. Much love to everybody. I really do. Much love to everybody, man. I really appreciate it. And shout out to that brother Brandon for calling in as well. Again, you know, everybody's path is differently. I'm just telling you the path that I went down. I was hard-headed. I learned the hard way, and I didn't learn the skills that I needed to learn. But I have no bitterness towards anybody. I don't. You know what I mean? Why? Because I accept the responsibility for my actions. I can't blame anybody for the decisions that I made in life. I made those decisions, and I have to live with those decisions. You see what I'm saying? And I made those mistakes. Regardless of what anyone else said, at the end of the day, I'm the one that made the decision. And so I have to take responsibility for my actions. And that's the only way you can evolve and grow and become a better person in life. You see what I'm saying? So once again, this is Coach Malachi Williams. Thank you so much. Signing out. Midnight Conversations. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat station. And I'll see you guys somewhere on the boxing panel. Other than that, peace.